One of the biggest questions I always get asked in the wintertime is how to keep your hands warm when you're out taking photos. And winter is such a fabulous time because it's really beautiful out there. There's a lot of locations that you don't normally are able to get to. There isn't as many people out, so it's just really a great time. So I'm going to tell you a few things about gloves, mittens, things that have worked for me. Now there's some expensive options out there, and I don't know if they work or not. I haven't tried them. You know, a lot of people, they get good reviews. So I'm going to tell you a few things today about some of the products and things that I use or don't use, because that's also something we should need to know. So one thing that everybody probably has is some big, bulky ski gloves. And that's just the problem. They're big, they're bulky, their fingers are really hard. It's hard, you can't manipulate your camera buttons with these on. Also too, I find that keeping my fingers separated in a glove just really doesn't work for me. They don't keep my hands warm. So we're just going to get rid of those. Then there's more of the mitten style glove. These are great because they do have the little side pocket for your hand warmer. However, they're very stiff, and once again, they're bulky. You can't really manipulate your camera buttons. So they really don't help you. So we're going to get rid of those too. So now one thing that I have found is I like to layer. So the first thing I start out with is a really good liner glove. Now these are kind of nice. They're metal. I thought they were kind of gimmicky. I'm like, oh, they got some metal fibers. They're never going to work. That's just a gimmick. But they really do help keep my hands warm. They have a nice little pocket. You can put your hand warmer in there. It keeps it in place, which is nice too, because then it's not sloshing around in your glove. It's always right here on the back of your hand. They're really nice and warm alone or under a glove. The only downside that I've had to these is they're not touchscreen compatible, but they're really awesome little liners. I love them. I hope that they never wear out because I don't know what I would do without them. This is also another liner that I have. These are by Cirrus. They also have kind of the metally fabric in them. They are also not touch compatible, but they're a great little liner. They help keep your hands warm. Also with the metal, the only downside to these is they don't have the little hand warmer pocket. So if that's something that you're looking for, they don't have that. But you know, they're very comfortable to wear. They have a nice soft cuff around your wrist. It's a nice little glove. They fit in anywhere, so you can take an extra pair of those. Another thing that I have found that I will sometimes wear is I have these little runner gloves, and they have just a little bit more oomph than the other two little liners. They are touchscreen compatible, which is nice if your camera is touchscreen or you're trying to use your phone. That all works. They also have a nice little gripper. They are windproof but not waterproof. So these are a runner glove. They are very nice. You can manipulate all your camera buttons, easy to use, no problems. And I will oftentimes wear these underneath another pair of gloves too. But you know, if it's a nice day and you're heading to a location and you're going to be, you know, snowshoeing or cross-country skiing or even doing, you know, some hefty hiking, these are just nice to wear while you're getting to the location, and then you can switch them out for one of the other little liners. So that's a good option. These are actually one of my favorites. They're an ice fishing glove made by Ice Armor. They're windproof polar fleece. They do have a little bit of Thinsulate in them. They have the nice little pocket for your hand warmer. The other thing too is they are a flip over glove. So you can just flip it over and your fingers are all covered. So you got two options with these. You can wear them alone and flip them over, manipulate your camera buttons, get that shot, and then when you're waiting you can just flip them over. If it's really cold, put one of those little liners in, and then you're doubly protected. Now I've also have a couple different gloves. Now these aren't necessarily liner gloves, but they are a polar fleece lined. They have, and they are windproof, and so they are kind of nice. They have the touch screen compatible, so you can use your phone. You can manipulate your camera really well, get everything settled that you need to do there, and they fit really well underneath these ice armor gloves. So then you can, on those colder days, cover up those fingers, and you can still get to your camera, do what you need to do, and then, when you're in between, oh, it's cold, I'm going to flip those over while I'm waiting for the next shot. So those are kind of nice. I really like those a lot. Another little pair of gloves that I have, these are for bow hunters. These are got a little bit more polar fleece in them. You can still fit a small liner. You can't fit the heavier gloves underneath them. They don't have the hand warmer pocket, but yet they have the flip over, and they have a nice little magnet that keeps that over so it's not flopping around. These are nicer on little warmer days, little cooler days. I suggest wearing that liner with them. I also have these. These are by Ice Armor, one of my absolute favorite gloves. They're windproof, polar fleece, have a little bit of Thinsulate in them. They have a hand warmer pocket, so you can put that hand warmer right in there. But they're a flip over glove also. Totally have your fingers free. Pull that over, keep your fingers nice and warm. Works really well with, several different types of liner gloves from thin to thick, because it has such a wide opening with no fingers in there. A really, really nice little glove. One other glove, now I know we talked about the ski gloves and how they were hard to use. I found these, they're a little bit bigger, they have a lot of Thinsulate in them, but they're super soft. This leather is really soft. I can handle my camera, I can change settings, I can hit the shutter button, no problem. They don't have a hand warmer pocket, but they're big enough that I can put a hand warmer in. I can wear a thin liner underneath. They're just a really nice glove. They're heavy duty. I love them. Now this is a muff, which is nice. It comes with a waist strap, and I put a couple carabiners on here, so like if I'm wearing these gloves, or know that I will be once I get to location, I can just carabine them on. This fits right around my waist, and I can keep it there. And then buckle's really easy, just that snap buckle. And you can put your hand warmers in there. And then if you're waiting, so if you've gotten to your location early, waiting for sunrise or waiting for sunset, or that some deer are going to be coming through, you can stick your hands in there. Keeps nice and warm. And you can put your hand warmers, the typical straight, hand warmers that we're all accustomed to. You can put those in there. Sometimes too, I like to use the toe warmers. They have an adhesive on there, so some of my gloves that don't have the hand warmer pocket, I can just adhere them right to the back of my hand or to the back of the liner, and it stays put even when I'm putting my hands into gloves. Another thing that I did get this off of Amazon, this is a hand warmer. It's electric. You charge it with a USB. It has 3 settings, which is nice too, so you can have it as hot as you like. You can stick this into the muff, or if you want one for each pocket, then you can put your hands in your pocket in between. It also charges your cell phone, so this is kind of a new little thing that I found that I've really enjoyed this winter, so that is a great option too. I hope you discovered something today that would help keep those hand warmers so that you can get out and explore the world creatively. I'm Kristy Johnson with Inspire Photo Tours. Until next time, thank you for tuning in.